On this week's team podcast, I'm joined by Hodge and Jules Von Hep, and we are getting a masterclass in self-confidence.
Change, you have to embrace it. And when change comes, new seasons come, new energy comes. And
new people.
I don't know, I'm just really different and I'm vibing high at the moment.
We're also talking holiday wardrobes, are 3 words that we always use as a formula for getting dressed, and all the new pieces that we are loving right now.
Everything I buy now I fucking love.
Yeah, good. Plus, there is plenty of chat around the new book you need to read.
The confidence ritual is inspired by my own journey. I hated my body for 20 years.
And we're deep diving into the styling on a new TV show, which is causing us to ask a few questions. The story of Carolyn, Bessette Kennedy and JFK Jr.
Oh my God, the pressure to play Carolyn.
Stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't already, and enjoy. Welcome to this week's SheerLuxe Podcast with me, Charlotte Collins. This week, I'm joined by Hodge and author, founder of Isle of Paradise, friend of SheerLuxe, Jules Von Hep.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Hi, both. Before we start, we have a competition. For this week's competition, our Ven are kindly giving one lucky winner a skincare bundle worth over £200. To enter, please comment below what your favourite segment of the podcast is and why. I really enjoy that, despite the fact that you're all doing it to win a competition. So just keep them coming.
And say something nice about Charlotte and you're in a better chance of winning.
Compliment my hair and you're in. Hi, both.
Hi.
We're going to start with what we're wearing. That's how we always start. Hodge. Butter yellow.
This suit from Magli Pascali.
I don't know. It's
which
lovely.
is
It's stunning.
a Bali brand. But I think they must be Australian or Bali. But I bought it in Seminyak last Easter when I was in Bali.
Sorry, you're very ahead of the butter yellow trend.
Well, I
I
didn't
know.
say that, but I'm glad you did.
you are.
And then new birthday shoes from Studio Amelia.
Love them.
Which are just so, I love a simple, like naked-y white shoe. Body from Zara, which is a really nice square neck. I love those. Gold bangle from Soru, like a resin one from Mango.
Trendy
Earrings
wendy.
from Bombo.
I'm so desperate, Hodge, to just have a glass of rosé and go through your wardrobe. Everything you wear is just so fucking gorgeous.
Everyone
like,
is.
I am obsessed, like totally obsessed.
You can do that anytime.
Be careful for what you wish for. You'll be like, Jules, why have you turned up with a rucksack? I'll be like, hey girl, what's happening?
You can move in.
I would love to.
I know.
Jules, what are you wearing?
I am head to toe women's wear today.
Love that.
Yeah, I just I never believe that clothes have a gender. I think like if you like the shape, if you like the fit, just pick it up.
damn right.
So the shirt is Lucy Folk from Australia. Are you familiar with this brand,
I know
Hodge?
Lucy Folk,
yes. The trousers are Free People. Love Free People because these are still on sale now, and I bought them 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They
God,
wash
love that.
so well. Love anything that washes well. The shoes are Clarks. We do not judge. They are so comfy.
Yeah, they look comfy.
And then I actually wore minimal jewelry today because I did a pod the other
This is
week and
minimal.
I was clinking around like no tomorrow. The producer had the worst time ever. And I was like, oh. So I think the bandana I got in from a market stall in Ibiza and then the shell I got in Ubud, Bali off a market
I
stall.
love that.
Yeah, just layering
I
and
love
layering.
this. It's so cool.
Yeah,
This,
really
the
cool.
She's
bandana
cute, isn't
one.
she? Yeah. And they're just like torn up. I obviously bought 3 because if you love something, why buy one?
Yeah.
I'm wearing a set from Dish. That is literally the end of the chat. That's
Love
it.
that
That's
though.
what I'm wearing today.
Love
Some heels
Dish
from Russell
though,
Bromley.
such a chic brand.
Such
Yeah,
a
I
good
know.
brand. And also
So good.
quite like really good for England now because it's thick, but it's also clearly summer.
Yeah.
So like not a holiday situation,
Yeah.
but like a London.
So we're all really wearing clothes from another hemisphere.
Yeah.
Like we've
Actually,
all gone Bali,
true.
Australia.
I love that.
What's going on? You just fresh back from Bali?
She is fresh back from Bali
How was
with
it?
quite the glow. Have you been? You've been to Bali?
Yeah,
Not
because
been.
I used to live in Singapore, so we used to go loads. Because it's like 3.5 hours from Sing.
It is so amazing.
It's a
I did
vibe.
not go for Eat, Pray, Love.
Mm-hmm.
And before I went, I read loads of reviews about how dirty Bali is, how unsafe it was. I saw loads of TikToks about how just like it wasn't the vibe that it used to be. We did Borneo first and like had time in the rainforest.
Did you see the monkeys?
saw orangutan,
That's it,
saw
yeah.
pygmy elephants.
That's my
Like it was
dream.
so incredible. And then before I went, I actually had a reading with a witch in Cornwall, V on brand for me.
Love it.
Emma Griffin, her name is.
Where does she live? I go to Cornwall.
She lives just outside Falmouth,
Oh, too far.
but does it on Zoom.
Oh, okay.
All on Zoom, honey. We don't have to go to Cornwall
I thought
for the
you needed
reading.
like your energy.
It does blow my mind that people can do these readings via
Oh,
Zoom.
I get
Yeah.
all my readings via Zoom.
How do they pick up on your energy like that?
Don't ask questions, honey.
Yes,
It's another astral plane and we do not judge. But
We
she
don't need
said
to
to
know.
me, before you go, like in the next month, the spirit animal is going to present itself to you. And I was like, well, I've already got a spirit animal. I talk about it in the book and I'm very like spiritual. I've just left Isle of Paradise, left this big job. The book was coming out 2 weeks later and I was like, this is the worst time to take a holiday. We go away. And I was like, is it this orangutan? Is it this, like,
Are
is
you
it
a
this
spirit
elephant?
animal?
My husband, an atheist, is like, oh my God, here we go. And I'm there listening to the crickets at night. I'm like, it could be a cricket. It could be like,
They're telling me, Jules.
it's coming, it's happening. Anyway, I love how the universe works. And when things are supposed to present themselves, they totally do. Ended up booking a snorkeling trip that was comped because the hotel lost our luggage.
Oh, shocker.
No, not a shocker. We got a free snorkeling trip. Lovely. And the luggage turned up
That's
and we got our
such a
dinner.
Balinese positive
Yeah, I was
vibes.
gonna
Yeah. I'm like, don't worry about it, guys.
I think I brought my
whatever.
luggage, but okay, sure.
Swimming in the sea. Never done snorkeling before in my life. And the water is so murky, so misty. I was like, oh, snorkeling is not for me. This isn't a vibe. It all clears. And I've never snorkeled before. It was beautiful coral, beautiful fishes. This giant shark swims underneath me. I was like,
That's
oh
your
my
spirit
God.
animal.
No, I'm petrified of sharks, but was told before I got in, these sharks vegetarian.
Okay.
But still, it's-
Just before you get in, I was like, okay, great.
okay.
Well, I'm here now.
That's scary though.
Anyway, water fogs up again. I'm like, oh, there's nothing here. It clears and this Borneo turtle is in front of me.
They are magical.
And I just stopped and I was like, oh my God. And the turtle swam up to me and looked me in the eye. And I was like, oh my God. And it swam off. And I was like, that really felt like
Something.
something. Wow. I get back on the boat. We're going back to the island and we see another turtle coming up for air. I get off the boat, a girl walks past me with a turtle tattoo, a kid's playing with a turtle toy on the beach. I go for a breathwork class. As I'm paying for it, there's a turtle next to me, like to pay. And I was like, oh my God, Dutch, it's happening. It's happening. My husband's like, oh my God, it is happening. This is so weird.
What?
We then fly to Bali. We land in Bali and it's like super grey and it's raining. We were both like, oh no, why did we leave Borneo? Anyway, we go for dinner, order a beer. The beer comes and it's called kura kura. And I said, oh, what does that mean? She goes, Indonesian for turtle.
Oh my God.
And my husband was like, you need to get that tattooed on you. So I got it tattooed on me.
Let's see.
So I got kura kura on each arm to remind me that we are in a new phase of life. We have totally moved on. We're elevating high.
Yeah.
And life is just here for the taking.
I love that.
Does that explain the double green ensemble?
No, I'm
Turtle.
just living my best boho life.
I love
How
that.
can you
my
not?
God. I love that. I feel like changes in like mindset or jobs make you much younger for longer because it adds so much wealth to your life.
Well, I just
Not in
think...
terms of cash, but I mean in terms of experience
Yeah.
and feelings.
Dimensions.
I actually write about this in the book, about it being, we can feel like you get put on the sushi belt, and yes, I can have a life analogy for raw fish, but you go on the sushi belt as this piece of California roll, and it's a safe bet, and everyone likes it, and you go round and round, but somehow you don't get picked up off the belt, and you go a bit stale around the edges, and then
Yeah.
next to you gets
Bit hard.
this giant, beautiful dragon roll gets put on the belt, and it's on a gold plate, and it's so exotic looking. You're like, how have I become this old piece of stagnant California roll? I want to be dragon roll. I'm in the wrong, I'm not on the right belt.
Yeah.
And I think that when change comes, people resist change so much. They think, oh, it's the worst thing ever. It's the only constant. And change, you have to embrace it. And when change comes, new seasons come, new energy comes. And
New
I don't
people.
know, I'm just really different and I'm vibing high at the moment.
I also think the older you get, the more you learn that those things are not scary, right? Or that you can survive anything, or that you come out
Well,
the
you
other
would
side of all
hope.
these things.
Not
right?
everyone does.
No, you're right. You're right. But I personally think that, as you know, you build up resilience to those things because you know that you can survive each. What's the word? like phoenix rising from the ashes moment.
Legit.
Love it for you.
Sorry, dear listener. I go in deep
I was
real
about to say,
fast.
I
I
feel
love
like
that.
anything we now have to say is going to be
love
so
that.
superficial. How was your
This is
weekend?
what I'm like literally at any party or anything. If my husband loses me, he's like, where have you been? I'm like,
I'm in the corner.
I've been talking about spirit animals with Moira over here. She's just left her husband. You know, like I just don't do surface chat.
That's what Jules has been up to recently. Hodge, you've been in Lisbon.
Yeah, we did an adult-only trip last week, as in 4 couples. And we've got 12 kids between us, no kiddos. We go away with the same group every year. And it was this year was my turn to organise. And I'd done Lisbon before on a girls' trip. I wanted to go back with James because it's so his vibe. But I cannot rate it highly enough. Like everyone should go. We were at a work dinner last week and I was telling everyone at the table, you've got to go. Tell me when you book the flights. It is so fun and a vibe and a bit unspoiled. Like Ibiza was back in the day. I think it's called Carosos where we stayed. We stayed on the beach and it was a 10-minute cycle ride to the restaurant. We didn't cycle. We got a 5-minute Uber because of the outfits. But
We do not judge that move.
Naturally.
Hodge on a bike is something that I'd like to see, though.
my husband was like, why do you keep telling everyone it's 10 minutes?
It's so relevant.
You're never going to go on the bike. I haven't been on a line
Maybe
bike.
some people would want to know that.
Yeah, some people.
Other people.
I know.
I feel very inspired that you do the same holiday, like a trip with the same people each year,
yeah.
and you take it in turns to organise. That's vibes. So how
Yeah.
many couples? 5.
So 4 couples.
4 couples.
Do
Yeah.
you back their taste? Because I would always like to have some say in the planning because I don't necessarily want to stay somewhere that somebody else picks.
Well, we've always stayed in hotels. I know we stayed in a villa in Mykonos the first time we went, but then we stayed in hotels. And it's hard because I like having breakfast and being able to go down and order a coffee. And it is a pain in the ass having to do a supermarket shop when
Yeah,
you
it
get
is.
there.
Yeah.
But if there's a group of you, that's fun.
Me and one girl got there early and we did it and it was fine. And then we were like...
It's all the leftover food at the end that really stresses me
yeah,
out.
it's like a
Yeah.
hen and you're like,
Yeah.
nah, who wants to take some home with you? Like,
We didn't get enough booze, but it was fine. The Thursday we stayed in the villa and just got pizza takeaway and, caught up. And then the Friday day, we did our 5-minute Uber / 10-minute bike ride it was a beach club called Emano.
in Mayo.
Emayo, I think it means brother in Portuguese, which was it's just such a good vibe. Amazing food, amazing fish. And then we got a cabana on the beach and went for swims. The sea is freezing. And then that night we went to the best club I've been to in 10 years.
Really?
Oh my God, it's called Prino Park.
Prino Park.
No Park. And it's really hard to get a table and book the 10:30 sitting.
Oh yeah, because it's
You
dinner.
need the late
Yeah.
sitting if you're going. That.
And it's dinner at a table that turns into
It's dinner at a
dancing.
table, yeah. But
I'm
we
familiar.
had drinks first on the terrace. We got to our table at 10:30, and as we're sitting down, the music starts, and it's amazing music. It was like Usher, TLC.
Umro.
It was honestly, we just danced for 4 hours.
The best.
It was so good. And
That's therapy as well.
It is such therapy.
And everyone's really friendly and we chat, we made loads of friends and we boozed hard.
Love that for
And
you.
we got there at 8, we left at 3.
That's really impressive.
And our bill was,
That made me
our
clench.
bill was under €1,000
Oh my God.
for 8
What?
of us.
And you were drinking for 7 hours.
Cocktails, champagne, wine, beer.
Hey.
I mean,
Get yourself to Lisbon for a
and loads of
party.
food, honestly. And then the next
that's
day,
with dinner as well.
That was food as well.
Wow.
I don't. It's
That's
wild.
great.
Yeah.
There's such a
But
boho vibe
if
in
you-
Lisbon.
Mykonos, you're literally you're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I don't want to see it. It's so expensive.
Yeah.
The next day we went to this beach club called Princessa, which is super chic.
Love.
The decor is amazing. You both love it. It's all black and white and it's lush. And we got a table at 3 outside. I mean, undercover, but sort of, all on the beach. It's all white decking. And we left at 10. As people were sat down for dinner, we were dancing around them in our bikinis. And our bill was €900.
You've really memorised the times
I
and
know.
the bills.
I didn't realise you had an accountant with you.
This is
Hodge's there with a abacus.
play by play with all the numbers. Okay.
How mega is that?
Yeah, that's really good for 8
I
people.
genuinely feel so inspired because I literally yesterday was just sat Googling great places to go on holiday in Europe because I don't like going to the places where everyone else
No.
is going.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, oh, shall I go to Ibiza? And if I go to Ibiza, I stay on the other side of the island away from everyone.
Yeah.
Mykonos doesn't, it's like the
It's
idea
changed.
of running
It's
into
so
people.
flash, I think, yeah.
This is giving me vibes.
It's so fun. And I went with 3 girlfriends before, and then this was 4 couples. There was like a sweet Spanish hen, and they came up to us and asked us for marriage advice.
Oh, what did you
So
say?
sweet. I said, surround yourself with people who want to have a good time, because you want a positive, uplifting, life-affirming people in your social group, because it sort of impacts your marriage. And have loads of sex.
Do you know what? I knew that was going to be in your
did
advice.
so
I just, for some reason, I absolutely knew that was going to be out there.
I was like, don't stop having sex.
Good advice.
Just trust each other.
Yeah.
And have sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to throw in, because Jules, you said you were looking for a holiday, that we have a competition going live with Oku Bodrum, which is Oku are in Ibiza as well. It's a really gorgeous chain of hotels.
Yeah.
And this is a partnership via Fish and Pips travel agent. Look them up, they're awesome. And you can win an all expenses paid trip to Oku. Check it out on our socials. I'm sure there's a link. We'll put the link below.
Yeah.
But it will be live by the time this podcast goes live. So
Oh, I'd love
enter
this.
for your chance to
Turkey,
win a little trip to Bodrum.
A
Yeah.
lot of my girlfriends talk about Turkey.
It's very hot in the summer.
Yeah.
Like Bodrum in July, August is like...
That for me is heaven.
Oh, really?
You know when people are like, it's unbearable, that is my perfect
like that,
temperature?
okay.
Yeah. I was just born in the wrong country.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm going to give a quick shout out to... I've been to Paris twice since I last did a podcast. Once... Oh, no, lie.
I thought you were moving there, to be honest,
Oh,
via
that'd be
Instagram.
nice.
I was like,
That
gosh,
would
she's
be
really
nice.
dragging this content out.
It was actually 2 separate trips, and that's why.
teasing.
Actually, the first one I did talk about, because that was when I went for the And Just Like That press
Oh,
junket.
yeah.
So I have spoken about that. But I went back week before last for Roland Garros. I just love watching tennis
I know.
live so much. I know it's such a privileged thing to say, but like I just feel so lucky when I get to go and watch tennis, because it's just the best thing ever, and I'm so excited for Wimbledon. But I stayed at the Experimental Hotel in the Mare, which is the new hotel from the Experimental Group, new-ish, opened in the last couple of months. It is so freaking chic. I cannot recommend it more highly. Since we're on the travel chat, like so chic. Really, really cool. Great restaurant. New, and I actually went to the restaurant during Fashion Week when it had just soft launched, and it's like all candle lit and kind of really high ceilings and quite sort of mid-century vibes with like a bit of kind of 70s colour palette thrown in, kind of just very, very stylish. So I had dinner there by myself when I had been there for the And Just Like That junket. But basically, so Josh Smith, who's a friend of ours, was also there doing the junket at the same time. And we finished at the same time. We had a few hours to kill. So we just obviously went and had 100 glasses of wine.
Yeah.
He had to get the Eurostar home. I was staying the night. So I went to this dinner, and it's the weirdest sensation. Have you ever been super drunk by yourself having dinner?
Because,
Quite like
Just all the time, every night.
And know your audience.
But you know, they were trying, obviously, duh. But they were kept, bringing me things and trying to talk to me, and I was just at them, I'm so drunk and no one knows. Like literally nobody here knows. I'm actually off my face. So that was fun. Anyway, comfiest beds, beautiful rooms, amazing location. So highly recommend
Love that.
I
Experimental to go to
just
Paris.
love a good hotel.
Me
My
too.
husband works in travel and
Does he?
for a hotel company. And it's like being married to a hotel inspector. He can tell you, he can walk into a room and tell you the square footage of the room
Wow.
instantly. He'll know what a room should be priced at, what the clientele is.
Love that.
And in the hotel industry, they do site inspections. So whenever we get great rates for hotels.
Yeah.
It's like his perk.
Love that.
But when he checks in, they will give him a tour of the hotel. So you go and see every type of room.
Yeah.
I love it.
Do you?
He's like, are you bored of this? I'm like, I love this. It's so much fun.
So when you go, obviously, as we know, like when you go somewhere that's like a press day or a gift to say, you get the same thing. And I always leave my husband behind and go and do it by myself. And then I come back full of facts about the hotel. I'm like,
Right?
did you know it was founded in 1950? Like literally, I'm like an encyclopedia for the hotel for the rest of the trip.
I just
don't
love
care.
a good hotel. Some people
Yeah.
aren't into it, but for me,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
no, me too.
No, I'm happy to spend on a good hotel.
Yeah,
me
It
too,
elevates the experience.
Yeah.
And also, I just love hotels. Full stop. Like any opportunity. Like I could have come home from Paris that night, but I'm like, no, I'm going to stay in a hotel and make the most of it. Like I just love.
Quite
I love
right.
a hotel bed. I love room
Yeah.
service. I love it all.
Oh, I
It's the
love a
best.
hotel bed.
Yeah, the best. Let's move on and talk about fashion. Hodge, you've got some new finds that you're loving.
I know it's my birthday month, June. So I always buy myself.
That's a
few
fun way
little
of saying your
treats.
birthday's over and has been for 2 weeks. But okay.
Do you buy yourself a birthday present?
I do.
Yeah,
buy
same.
myself little bits.
Yeah,
You know
don't you
what
think
I
it's like the nicest treat to
Yeah.
gift yourself and be like, well done for not dying another year. Well done for making it this far.
Yeah, defo. I love that. And also, like, James is so petrified to buy me anything because I'm so fucking fussy. Poor thing. That I know.
Yeah, but rightly so, because it's better
I know.
than, you know, we talk about
none
stuff.
of my girlfriends will help him now either. Because
fair.
I've sort of rejected their proposals.
Like, their ideas are also horrible.
But I'm not, it makes me sound like such a princess, but I'm just so particular.
Yeah.
I like what I like.
I think you'd be the easiest person to buy for.
Would you give me some gold
Well,
jewelry?
no.
Yeah, as with some earrings.
I don't know. Your vibe is very clear to me. Like, your aesthetic
Yeah.
is very, like, obvious, but maybe it's because we have a very similar vibe.
Yeah.
I think you'd be quite easy to shop for.
I know. I mean, buy me a diptyque candle all day long. I mean, I'm never going to not
This
like
is
that.
it. Buy me good snacks. I always
Yeah.
think somebody sent me the other day.
Imagine
Actually,
if somebody gave you food.
No,
for your
no,
birthday.
Buy you a
What
bag
is-
of KP peanuts,
No, you
babe.
got-
Happy
not
birthday.
that. Not that. No, I got sent a hamper the other day that was like, it was actually all Portuguese stuff, and it was like nice tapenades
Yeah.
and sardines and crackers. That's what I want. The food that you don't buy yourself.
She wants a cracker.
I want a good cracker
Oh,
and a
wait to
diptyque
judge.
candle. There you go. That's all it takes.
I'm going to message your mum and
Please
tell her.
do. Yeah, so on the wish list.
So I've bought lots of little bits for myself.
What have you bought?
I've bought these amazing pair of trousers from Deji Studio.
Love Deji.
I was sort of hunting the internet for treats for myself and found they do this amazing pair of white cotton twill wide leg trousers with a big pocket down the front.
Nice.
So good. But super handy with like a vest or what did I wear them with yesterday? Like a bandeau top. Or like a scarf. You know that people wear scarves now. That's so nice.
I have, I think, 4 or 5 robes from that brand. They do these like linen robe dress things, and they are my like absolute default go-to for holiday. Like, cover up, out about in the city.
Yeah.
Like, they are the best.
Yeah,
I
it's
love a
so
good holiday wardrobe.
Yeah. Me too.
And
Me too.
poolside chic. People
So
really
thank-
overlook that is an absolute place to
Yeah.
serve.
my
Oh,
gosh.
absolutely. Yeah.
Completely.
It's really nice if you can go somewhere where it isn't, right? Like,
Yeah,
I like to have
no.
both.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
to be
yeah.
able to do both. Like,
Yeah.
but I think in the summer, really nice to have like where you can like really think about it and really get dressed up, and then other
Yeah.
times where it like matters not one bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
We were in where were we? In the British Virgin Islands in January, and we were the youngest people in the hotel by about 50 years,
So
and everyone was
fun.
American. No shade to Americans, but older Americans have a particular style of dressing, which is like only athleisure and mostly like on repeat, and so like nothing has ever mattered less. Like, I literally just wore like gym shorts for the entire week, and that was heaven.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like Euro summer, we
Yeah.
want to.
You want to
some
like
game.
you're
Yeah.
packing like you pack in outfits and you've
Yeah.
got you've got accessories. You're pool.
But I love a pool, like full pool look, like expensive shirt,
Yeah,
not
me
just
too.
some like raggedy old piece
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that's thrown on. Like beautiful hat, killer eyewear,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
beach bag, like serve it up,
Yeah.
elevate everything. And
Yeah.
also, I think the poolside is a place where you don't naturally feel confident.
Yeah.
And lots of people do struggle with that walk down to the pool. And for me, if I'm glam, I'm like, oh, who cares if I've
Yeah.
got a hang up about my tummy or my body? Like, at least I'm serving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
completely.
yeah, at least my bag is
Completely. Put on a
amazing.
red lip, a gold earring, and a massive sunny and a
Yeah.
sarong, and you look fucking hot.
Yeah, so true. Also, it's a more affordable way to like tap into designer
Yes.
products than winter wardrobe.
Yeah.
Like, you can get a great beach bag, you can get a great
Yeah.
cap,
And
or,
it will
you know,
last.
it will.
I
It will
got a
last because you
totem-
keep wheeling it out.
Yeah.
I got a totem sarong from my one group of girlfriends for my birthday because I'd never
Great
spent
gift.
280 quid on a sarong.
Yeah.
But all those grouped together,
Yeah,
And you
it is.
love it.
I haven't got it yet.
Oh, right.
But
Still
I did
waiting.
make it.
Clack,
I sent them
clack,
the
clack.
link.
Send them in.
Oh, and there's this a mega dress on Zara, which
yeah.
I feel everyone should know about.
What is that?
It's so lush. It's like a tiny shoestring strap, really pretty, like embroidery here, and then like quite like sheer, but you could wear it with just underwear, and then fits to about here. I saw Monique wearing it.
Yeah, did she wear it over trousers?
She wore it over trousers.
I love that look.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's so, and it arrived yesterday.
Oh, you ordered it?
Yeah,
Nice.
it's so lush. Joanne this season is so good. Oh my God, I'm obsessed
So
with
pretty.
everything. I wanted everything, but I settled on one thing, which was,
Joanne's not cheap.
no, I've got a pair of shorts. I think they're about 108 quid.
That's not too bad. But as in, like,
So
their
expensive.
dresses are now like 400, 500.
Yeah, and
It's
they're
not-
knitwear.
Yeah.
But they're a chino, because I've got a lot of linen shorts, but I haven't got a pair of like smart shorts, which are like the fit I like. So they're like a chino. I wore them on Friday.
I was just about to say they're the pair you wore on Friday.
Yeah.
They're very
But they're
cute.
Good shorts are hard to find.
Yeah, they
But
were really
they're,
good.
like wide legs, so they make your legs look much thinner.
Yeah, that's
because
what
there's so much space.
And also, like, if you've got, like, a lot of shorts don't work if you, like, my shape is, like, you know, my thighs are bigger, so you need shorts that are A-line because otherwise they don't fit.
But they're honestly obsessed. Really, like, comfy.
Love.
And you can wear them with a flip-flop. I wore them with meals on
it was
the
chic.
lunch thing on Friday. So that's
sounds
it. All
nice.
white. It's my
All
white era.
Summer.
Yeah.
Jules, have you bought anything new for summer? Or got anything on the wish list?
I have just discovered the t-shirt brand Stieglitz.
I
It's a
didn't know.
Dutch brand,
Okay.
and I don't even know if you can get it here, but I know that they ship in.
Okay.
Their t-shirts are vibes. They're unisex, really oversized, lots of acid washes, lots of very hippie boho prints, but I know girls that wear them just as dresses.
Love that.
They are so nice and thick cotton, and they wash
it's
really well.
good.
Like, I absolutely love them. Love everything that brand does.
Love that.
Big
Love.
champion of them.
Nice.
And also, I'm just such an accessories person. I constantly pick up accessories, and people always ask, like, I wear different beads all the time, and I think the best way to get your bead game strong is not just go to one shop and buy a pack of beads. It's like when you're on holiday in Lisbon, when you're traveling, go to like random shop, just pick up one, and then you stack in a totally different way, and
I
then
do
it gets
that.
it really nice and boho. Because, and I love putting, I've not done it today because I thought it'd be clanky, but with expensive jewelry,
Yeah.
I love actually whacking in a couple of like cheap market beads, and then it just softens it all down. It doesn't make it so like aggressive
And
in your
try
face.
hard.
Yeah.
That's like, you know, the ultimate cool style hack, isn't it? Blending the expensive and the market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just a mix match, babe.
Love this.
that.
This is a real first world problem, but I have two like very different vibe summers coming up. So we spend like come back and forth from Mallorca in August. So like Euro summer, you know, all the like tick Euro vibes. But then I'm also going to Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard and Maine and Newport, Rhode Island, which I'm pumped for. But like, I feel like these are two
That's a very
different
clean
wardrobes.
aesthetic.
Very clean, and I feel like that's not really my vibe. Like,
Gwyneth Paltrow.
yeah, not really my style. So like, I need to work out how I'm going to bring my vibe.
I think like
that.
oversized white shirts.
Shirting. I feel like shirting is key.
I'm getting like dresses vibes.
I know,
like,
I'm just not really a dress kind of gal. I feel like bodies.
what do you wear to a wedding?
I wear a dress to a wedding.
Yeah,
That's
but
different.
have you not got something in your wardrobe that is just that you haven't pulled out for ages?
Yeah, probably.
Because
Some
this
white linen
is
dresses,
like, when you go away, if you've got something in your wardrobe that you haven't worn in ages, just put it in the suitcase, because when you're away, you start running out of clothes and you're
This is
like, oh
it.
my God, I've got to
Yeah.
wear
Yeah.
that thing.
Yeah.
And then it gets it in rotation. And
Yeah, it's true.
when there's things sat there with tags on, or like you've only worn it once, just start moving it into the everyday.
Yeah.
And you're in another country. Who
Yeah,
cares?
Who cares? Well, social content.
Yeah, of course.
I remember seeing, I think it's Oprah, I don't know why I have that in my head, but had a rule, like a clearing out the cupboard rule, where she would make all of her hangers face in one direction, and then every time she used something, she would take it out and face it in the other direction. And then after 6 months or a year or however long, there were items that were still facing the original direction, aka she hadn't worn them, then it was time to move on because you're just not using them.
I know, I don't.
I am a
There
bit
is
of
the
a hoarder,
concept of
but
timeless wardrobe, though.
there is.
So
There is. So let's
Like
lean into that.
I love my clothes.
We know.
I know. But
Yeah.
you know, like I feel like everything I buy now I fucking love.
Yeah, good. Even if you buy things that you love,
Yeah.
like I think most of us will still have the odd thing that we look at in a couple of years and think that could go to a better home.
Yeah.
do you theme your wardrobe?
For like in general,
No, do you have like a mood board? Do you know what your wardrobe is in 3 words?
it's not about my wardrobe; it's about my style.
Yeah.
Right. So I have a kind of loose version of like cool, oversized, polished. Like that's a kind of
Nice.
3-word combo for me. But no, I actually really, really love playing with different vibes. Like I don't think I have one. I think I have like my own style, but not one aesthetic. I love that one day I could be like boss bitch, and other days I could be like boho queen.
Same.
Like I really enjoy.
I love that.
because I,
I
love
love the
clothes.
theatre of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you?
Yeah, and it made shopping really different. So I selected like 3 words for my wardrobe: timeless, Americana, celestial.
Yeah.
When I'm shopping, if I'm trying something on and I'm like, oh, I'm not sure, and I might love it, I go, is it going to fit in these brand words? Is this ticking the boxes? Because then what I found was my wardrobe started interlinking with everything.
Yeah.
And so my wardrobe has become timeless,
Yeah, I get that.
and it constantly goes, the aesthetic and everything I buy links in. And it just means that I try and once a week wear something that I haven't worn in ages. I haven't worn this shirt for, I don't think, a year.
That's good.
But
I like
last
that.
night I was like, I'm going to wear that because that is something that I only save for holiday. Well, I'm not going on holiday until September and I'm going to India. Oh, she ain't coming out in India.
Oh, I quite like her for India, no?
No, she's not right for India. Not the vibe I'm going for.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm like, right, no, you're coming out.
Love that.
And I think it changes your wardrobe. It makes it like this lovely creative space when you're getting ready,
Yeah,
rather
that's
than
so nice.
opening the wardrobe and going, oh my God, what is even in here?
Yeah. I do think as a general rule that women have more, like, it's more nuanced for women. Like, you have more difficult, like, specific occasions that you have to dress for.
Yeah.
So, not that the occasions are different, but the dress codes, like, shift ever so slightly more. For, like, I have this conversation with my husband a lot. Like, you know, there's kind of a bit more of a uniform that you can have. Because
the emphasis of a lot.
Literally a lot. Because, you know, for example, that you can wear flats everywhere you go. Whereas for us, it's like, is it flats? Is it heels? Is it, that I think there are kind of shifts that do make it maybe a bit easier for men, but maybe that's a generalization.
Honey.
Maybe it's straight men.
It's harder for the
I
gays.
think for straight men,
You're with us.
Yeah.
I can pack James's holiday wardrobe in 10
Do you pack for him?
minutes. Yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
See, mine's very particular.
No, well, he's really into fashion.
James
James is
pretty
like
cool.
my doll. I buy him things. He doesn't even look in the mirror. He looks at me and he's like, "Is it okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, you look great." It's
quite fun.
Do you want to
Barbie.
see what you look like? You weirdo. He's like,
love
"No, I
that.
only give
I
a
love
fuck if you think I look good
Oh,
as well."
that's
I'm
nice.
like, "Okay,
That's
babe,
nice.
but I'm okay. Fine. I like that."
I've got a quick hot topic for you. The Ryan Murphy American Horror Story universe continues with this one that I'm particularly pumped about.
This is not the Kim K one.
This is not the Kim K one. That's like a horror lawyer spin-off situation.
Okay.
This is part of the true crime, so we had the Versace doc, then we had the OJ Simpson, I was going to call it a doc, not a doc, trial. Now we have the story of Carolyn Bessette Kennedy and JFK Jr.
Oh my God, the pressure to play Carolyn.
The pressure to play these characters. So,
Yeah.
I was going to say for those who don't know, but like everybody knows, who they are, whatever. Kennedy dynasty. But Carolyn Bessette Kennedy was this like absolute 90s style icon, like the chicest ever. He also super handsome, super chic. They were just like this total pin-up couple.
Yeah, gorgy.
With the kind of advent of quiet luxury, have become this kind of renewed power couple, style couple inspo because of how chic they were. The first images have been released of the people who are playing these roles, relatively unknown actor and actress. He is stunning.
Oh my God.
Stunning. And based on the styling, like it looks spot on. Like he wore a lot of kind of very Calvin oversized blazers, double-breasted with like skinny ties, skinny glasses, kind of like
Slick back
back-facing.
hair.
Yeah, very slick back quiff, but also like a kind of flat cap facing the other way.
Stop.
Super chic. Her styling. This is no shade to the actress. The actress is beautiful, cool, whatever. This is about the styling. This woman, Carolyn Bessette Kennedy, was like the
Icon.
ultimate glossy New York chic, understated icon. It girl.
White shirt, black pencil
Oversized
trousers,
white
and
shirt.
mean beaut.
Birkin that's like destroyed and like completely overstuffed.
Stunning.
Everything that the Row and Kate and everything
Yeah.
is based on now. Like she was the OG. Big black hairband, glossy blonde hair, skinny black sunnies. The first images that they've released for the styling for the new one, it's like she's wearing this cheap brown coat that's got creases in it.
No way.
She's wearing a Birkin that is like flat, like there's nothing in it. They haven't even tried to
No
stuff it out. It's like flat,
way.
and she's wearing these bad heels, and the hair is not bouncy. It's just really
Shame.
I feel like when you're going to make these shows, what makes them authentic and brilliant is really authentic styling and really kind of, especially when it's about these like true fashion characters, these people who really set the trends, and it's not a good start.
Shame. I mean, hopefully
know.
that's just one bad look.
I hope so, but it's like, this is what they launched with.
Yeah.
So
That's not good.
let's see.
Wardrobes are so key now. They're so important to the success of a show.
Yeah.
Like Succession,
Yes.
key.
Every
and
show.
The Jackal.
The Jackal, amazing. What did
Yeah.
we watch recently as well? And I was like, oh, Your Friends and Neighbours. Like, I think so,
Yeah.
which by the way, if you haven't watched it on Apple,
Oh my,
No, I
we
need to
finished it
watch
last
it.
so
night.
good. I actually had I didn't watch the last episode, and then Ben told me everything that happened.
Oh,
and
shame.
that sufficed. I actually
Okay.
thought that just the summary was enough. Anyway,
Good twist,
It's really
though.
good. Good twist.
Yeah.
I hate when something, and I've said this before, but like Gossip Girl, for example, like so much of the styling, not so much of Blair, but of like Serena, it's like, well, somebody who had like that amount of money or that amount of access would never dress like that. And
Yeah,
I find
right.
it really
Yeah.
ruins the vibe of something. Whereas
Yeah.
that was a really good example, that show, Same with Succession, where, it felt really, really authentic.
White
I think-
Lotus.
White Lotus, exactly.
Yeah.
Even And Just Like That, it's getting a lot of shtick online. But you know, the costumes are like beyond.
It's the same with beauty, though. You can't be having like cheap looking brows and skin if you've got someone who would absolutely have a makeup artist every single day.
Exactly. You've got to nail it. So let's see what's to come. But
I'm pumped for that though.
Me too, and it will be juicy and good. But they've got to improve that styling. Let's move on, much as I love this chat, and talk about mustn't miss. This is where we talk about things that we've loved across SheerLuxe or across what our guests are up to. I'm going to go first because we won some awards last week.
Yay! Congratulations.
Thanks so much. So this is the AOP Digital Publishing Awards, and we won Online Brand of the Year, consumer, because that's us. And I also won Editor of the Year.
Yes, girl. Yes, you did.
Can I tell you? So I was at, so Lou and I had gone to the Royal Academy summer exhibition opening party, and some of the rest of our team had gone to this award ceremony, which was in Old Billingsgate. And I was Lou and I had left this party, it was 10 o'clock, and I was trying to get an Uber home and literally couldn't get a cab, couldn't get a black cab, couldn't get an Uber. And I get a message from the girls being like, we won! And I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll just go to the awards in that case. So I turned around and got home at 1 instead of 10:30, which is what I should have done, but it was fun. It was really
so
fun.
Proud of you and so deserved.
Thank
I
you.
was going to organise to send flowers to you, but I thought you'd get loads of flowers.
That's so cute. Thanks.
I know.
Yeah, I had none.
Okay, good.
literally. My best friend
very
flowers,
awkward
but
now.
So that was that. That was very nice. It's always lovely to be acknowledged. Our team also, I should say, at the BSME, which is the British Society of Magazine Editors, won Best Social Team the week before as well, which is for all of us.
So good,
So
girl.
thank
you.
Scooping it up.
It's
Thanks.
so nice to have a well done in an external format.
Bit of
Do you know what I mean?
validation.
Well, to be recognised.
Yeah. So that's my mustn't miss. Hodge, what have you loved at SheerLuxe?
I love Nana's wardrobe tour last week.
Oh my God, what joy.
She's just full of joy, isn't she? And energy and loves colour. And I love that for her.
Yeah.
I love a wardrobe tour. I don't feel we do enough.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm going to get more of those going.
Please do. Yeah. It's only in one
She's
person's
feeling
hands.
inspired.
Yeah.
She's got it
Inspired.
sorted.
You would love
How
it.
nice.
You need to watch it. It is so colourful and joyous.
Just
and fun.
happy.
So happy.
Love.
Yeah.
She's got very unique style. We're in a sea of quite a lot of samey style out there. Nana's is very unique. It's super fun.
Yeah, no, it was great. It's just good energy, and I mean, I think all our YouTube content has been excellent recently. I must say.
You would.
That is my department.
It's our head of broadcasting. It's really good. Jules, you've already alluded to it, but you have a book out.
Yes.
I have a book
I'm so
out.
proud of you. It's my dream to write a book, so I'm really
Thank you.
You're manifesting this hard at the moment. Get the book up. Let's see. It's called The Confidence Ritual.
The Confidence Ritual is inspired by my own journey. I've been very open online about how I hated my body for 20 years. And when Isle of Paradise launched, I was 32. And I really wanted Isle of Paradise to represent the women and men that I'd seen naked in the spray tan booth for like a 10-year career as a spray tanner. And while that had shifted my own perception of my body, I hadn't started this mega like self-love journey. And being a brand founder is really hard.
Yeah.
It's really difficult. I went from backstage where my job was to make people look gorgeous to then having to work on my own confidence and walk out in front of tens of thousands of people at Sephora conferences and show up online and demonstrate self-tan product on myself.
Yeah.
Like, it was full on.
It's so exposing.
I didn't have to do it. I chose to because I wanted to be authentic. But that journey really changed my whole life. It changed how I show up at work, the people that I hang out with, the energy that I will and won't tolerate, how I dress, how I speak to myself, going on holiday, everything. It changed my life. And it's that journey that's in the book. That is the confidence ritual. I think there's been a massive misconception that confidence is about wearing a red lip and a bodycon dress and going out and feeling sexy. But that's not what confidence is. Confidence is about inner joy and knowing your worth and always vibing high. And if you go low, it's coming out the other side. I have read so many self-help books and they all kind of drum this same unrealistic message. Lots of them talk about waking up at 5 and, you know, swimming and all of this like stuff that you can do in LA. I don't fucking live in LA. What happens if you live in a country that is dark half the year? So I've split it up into days of the week. So on Sunday, I've given you tasks right through, and you just rotate it, and you do it on rotate. The book is not designed to be read once and put back on a shelf. I want you to fold down the pages, stick stickers in it, highlight it. It's designed to totally change your life. And it only launched like 2 weeks ago, and people are already messaging me about, oh my God, I feel totally different reading it. This is so amazing. It changed my life, and I hope it can change other people's.
I love that. What's the first thing that you did?
The biggest step if you're struggling with body confidence and how you look, because you can buy all the clothes and all the accessories and all the makeup in the world, but if you don't feel confident, it's almost like you're not getting your money's worth out of what you're buying. Acceptance is key. It used to amaze me how many women would come for spray tans with me and say, oh, can you make me look like Kate Moss? Because I was tanning Kate Moss at the time. And I'd say, no. I can't, because you're not Kate Moss.
Yeah.
I can't, I can only make you look like the best version of you. So accepting who you are, accepting your body, and actually being very aware of the types of conversations that you're having. It's very common, especially in circles of women, to negatively manifest. I hate my thighs. I hate my boobs. I hate my cellulite. And round the conversation goes in a circle. Well, if that is the narrative that's in your day-to-day, well, that is your existence. That's where you're going to stay. And until you recognize that actually these conversations might not be beneficial for me, who I'm hanging out with isn't raising my vibration.
You were so bad at this. I tell you how much I like my feet. I'm going to talk more about that.
But okay, I host confidence workshops, and I have a group
We're coming.
Yeah, we need it.
I've worked with women my whole career, and I have a group of people in the last confidence workshop I did, and I said, look, let's just pick one thing that we like about ourselves. Because when you're in a place of body hatred, and I'm not just talking about going, oh, I'm fat when you look in front of the mirror. I'm talking about like real body hatred. It can be hard to pick something. And I have had many women stand in front of me and say, I don't like anything about myself. Ask a friend or ask your other half. I'm like, you are fucking amazing. Like everything about you is amazing. But people just can't see it. For me, it was always my love handles and my stomach. I just felt like my whole worth was based on that. And then I realized that actually that is only one tiny bit of me. Why was I placing so much worth on the shape of my stomach? So I started just saying to myself, I really like your eyes. When I looked in front of them, eyes look great. Because at the time was the only thing I could focus on. And slowly I just built it out. And do I like my love handles? No, I actually don't. And I don't think I ever will. But I like every other aspect about my body, and it just takes time and constant repetition. People think that confidence is the destination, that you reach this place of confidence. Woo, I'm here, job done. No, it's the journey. And it's about constantly reminding yourself that you are good enough for greatness.
I love that. Because also so many of us have to rewire our brains, right? Like there's so many years worth of like growing up in the 90s and all the messaging, even if you lived in the most kind of positive bubble now, you'd still have to rewire.
But even now, you scroll on TikTok and it's all about dieting and being skinny and everything being based on your worth. We talk about the 90s being this like death trap of diet culture. I think it's gone back. Yeah. The thing is, we can never blame diet culture for how we feel about ourselves. That's the easy option. It's always going to be there. There's nothing you can do.
It's a waste of energy.
It's a waste of energy. The trick is closing the curtains on that, shutting the windows and going, I'm actually not going to listen to that noise because that's what it is. I'm going to focus on my inner joy, my inner light, and just vibrating at my best possible frequency.
Let's remind each other of that.
And if I can do it, everyone can do it.
I think there's something in women, back to what you were saying before, that also like it's almost a very kind of bonding ritual, like to talk about the things you hate. Like I don't know if there's a very subconscious, like it's a way of making you making you more likable, making you feel like you're more approachable because we're being self-deprecating.
Yeah, like completely.
There's such a kind of negative association around being too confident or being bigging yourself up. Like,
but you don't have to be overly confident.
No, of course not. But I think that's where it comes from.
But I think there is an element of recognizing that the conversation's happening and coming out and looking at it from above above and going, I don't actually think this is productive for any of us
so
around
true.
the table.
I feel it's so good to ask a girl, just say that I'm having such a shit. I've got really bad body image at the moment. Tell me something. Because I feel sometimes, you listen to other people has such a more impact on yourself, rather than you being like, oh, I fucking hate my thighs. Somebody saying, I saw this outfit on you the other day and I thought you looked so good. And you're like, oh.
I think that's why it's really important to give compliments
Yeah,
as well.
we do. We always give
Yeah, we
compliments.
do. We really
But
do.
I
yeah.
also think the type of compliment you give is very important, because a compliment can be so loaded based on aesthetic, and it's very common, and I'm guilty of it too, when you see someone at a party like, you look amazing,
Yeah.
and actually just going, hang on, I love how you've pieced that outfit together. I love how you've done your makeup, because then it's complimenting the ability of the styling, not the actual finished look.
Yeah, so true.
And if you say to someone like, oh, I love your dress, that's not complimenting the person, it's complimenting the dress
You're
and
so
the
right.
designer. It's about saying, I love how you've pieced this together.
Yeah.
And also, just say it. Like, I love how you make me feel. I love that I feel so happy after hanging out with you. Like,
Yeah, that is so special. When,
Yeah.
when friends say, you've made me have such a fun night tonight,
Yeah.
or your energy is so good, or that
Yeah.
is much more important to me than
For sure.
somebody saying, I love your earrings, babe.
Yeah, for sure.
but it's more important, full stop. But
Yeah.
so many of us don't realise what we're actually saying and what we're communicating.
Yeah.
And that until you start to almost like start flicking the switch, then the whole ship of confidence doesn't start shifting.
Yeah, so true. And look, as you say, like we all attach so much worth, self-worth and worth of others to
Yeah.
the way we look. So to break out of that cycle is quite like, that takes some independent thinking and some strong-willedness,
Yeah.
right? And practice, as you
Yeah,
said.
but also you can be open with your friends when you're doing it. Be
Yeah.
like, look, I'm going on a glow up journey.
Yeah.
And the whole inspiration of the book came from our wedding. When I announced on social that I was engaged, I got offered so much like aesthetic change. Like PTs were reaching out, teeth whitening, like both everything. I was like, I don't want to walk down the aisle looking like a different version of myself. I want to walk down the aisle and feel electric. So I just took myself on a self-love journey. I just felt like the best version of myself, and I've just stayed on the glow up ever since. And I remember walking down, just punching my bouquet in the air. I didn't give a fuck about
Oh
what
my
I looked
God, I wish I
like.
was there.
Yeah.
That's what life's all about.
Yeah, you're so right.
I feel you look like so happy from within.
Yeah, content.
You've got such a good, positive aura.
I
feel so happy for
I
you.
glow from within.
You do,
I do
honey.
glow from within. I know I do,
You've
but I
never
do
looked
the
better.
work.
Like
Yeah.
you
Thank
look,
you.
you just look so happy.
I feel happy. I feel great. I feel good, and I'm always on the journey too.
Yeah. You can have shit days.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You don't see the peaks without feeling the troughs.
No.
So the shit days are sent to make you appreciate the good days.
Yeah. Love that.
true.
Let's remember that.
Write it down in a
I
break.
know. I'll just start sending you both voice
Can you
notes.
No,
Hi.
do. We need it. We need it. Love that. It's all very important to feel good from within and look good from within, but what product can you not live without is next on my list.
I know.
Come on, we all need
No,
a bit of extra
no,
help.
because if you love the canvas, then it's fun getting
You're
ready.
so
Yeah.
Right, you're
I
so
feel we have to be too under the spectrum all the time.
Yeah, this is it. We're deep, but we also
Forgive
like
us.
makeup. So,
Yeah, me too, though.
Good. Hodge.
I have found this. I
what's
love a
that?
lip balm. It's a Beauty Pie Shine Up Luxe lip color balm, and I'm obsessed with the NARS Dolce Vita, but I feel they're going to discontinue or it's always out of stock. So I need to have other backups.
Nice to have a change as well.
Nice
Oh, I
change.
love a crayon makeup
Yeah,
situation.
so good. Good color.
Oh, nice.
Oh, hello.
What brand
Look
is
how
this?
she rubbed those lips together. She loves it.
She likes her lips. What brand did you say it was?
Beauty Pie. The
Pie.
color is On the Rose.
I
I
love.
love Beauty Pie.
I love
Love
Beauty Pie
Beauty Pie.
too.
Yeah.
I always say if I didn't work in the beauty industry, I would totally subscribe and buy
Yeah.
from Beauty Pie.
Yeah, I so agree with that.
I love traditional beauty, like these old school skincare brands that feel heritage. I think there's a lot in the beauty industry that's quite gimmicky. And as a brand founder, obviously I was comp shopping all the time and seeing these brands come up and it was all logos, but you read the backpack and the product doesn't deliver. And I love a formulation that does what it says it's going to do. The Rosalique anti-redness.
Oh,
That's a classic.
My God. I've only just started using it and it's like you actually don't need to put foundation on afterwards. I totally would because more is more, less is a bore.
Yeah.
But this just totally takes away any signs of redness, any signs of fatigue. Like skin just looks so even. You need the tiniest bit. So this is going to last forever. Love.
Never even heard of that brand.
This is what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like, but in the beauty industry, this is the brand that is like being talked about quite a bit at the moment.
Is it a French pharmacy situation?
I think so.
But yeah, I reckon you can get that at a French pharmacy. Nice. I don't have mine on me because it's a base layer, but Westman Atelier, I'm always banging on about Westman Atelier, and they have these glow drops, which it's like a bright turquoise little
packaging.
Yeah,
So chic.
And
Billy
I
had them the other day.
Super chic, and I didn't know how to use it because they are like chocolate brown, and I didn't know how to. It's like too liquidy to use as a highlighter. Anyway, I've combined them with they've got another glow drops, which is like a foundation. I'm really bad with product names. We'll put both in. Anyway, mix the two together, like give them both a little shake. They're very liquidy, and put them together. And look, maybe I'm too bronzed today, but like,
I don't think you can ever be too bronzed.
You are
so
glow
much. It's dark,
dropping
right?
everywhere,
And I
babe.
love it. So
nice.
That's how you do it. Mix it with your.
I thought you had a spray.
No, can I tell you? I had a spray a week ago. This is the best spray I've ever had. Her name is Teresa. She's in our guide to best spray tanners. Do you still do sprays?
Occasionally. I was going to say you've not had a spray tan with me though, have you?
I've never had a spray with you. I would like that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that afterwards. But her name is Teresa, and we will link our SheerLuxe guide to best spray tanners in London.
Yeah.
Find Teresa, or except don't, because I kind of want to keep her for myself, because this was
She's done a good job. As a spray tanner, she's done a good job on you.
We know that my neck needs a scrub, okay? Let's like elephant in the room. Big, white, stripy elephant in the room, but like we're styling it out.
Shout out to my spray tanner Nadine, who I love.
Love that for you.
Love this.
But like, can we access Nadine?
Yes.
Oh, right, great.
Yeah.
She in our list of spray tanners
She's on
too.
the list as
Okay,
well.
Nadine and Teresa, there you go.
And she makes me feel banging.
I wonder if you've got Sophia on your list. If
Oh, I
not,
don't know.
I have somebody to add on who is
Let's add Sophia.
amazing.
So I was going to ask, when you do a tan, what product do you use?
I will always use Isle of Paradise.
Can you get? I didn't know you could get Isle of Paradise
Spray.
professional
No,
spray.
I just
You
screw the
spray.
bottle off, put it in.
Oh.
Okay.
But I always mix. Like you were talking, I mix beauty. So I might mix it. If someone's got another colour that they like in the bathroom, I'd mix it together.
Yeah.
Ooh, I've
You
never
can-
had hybrid
oh,
spray.
You can always mix.
Interesting. I never thought of that.
Nadine mixes.
Does she?
Nadine knows what she's doing,
Oh my God,
clearly.
let's talk about
Nadine's
that
got a work
afterwards.
cut out.
Yeah.
She really
So super unfussy clients.
Yeah.
All right, we could keep going forever.
We
This
could.
This has been fun. Thanks so much for coming.
Oh, what a joy.
Jules.
What an absolute joy.
What a
Yay.
joy! Give the book a hard plug. Is the book out now?
The book is out now. It's available at Waterstones, Amazon, WH Smith. She's there for you, honey.
I'm
Everywhere.
pumped.
This is the confidence ritual.
Yeah.
Go get it. Thanks for listening or for watching. If you have any feedback, do please email podcast@sheerluxe.com. Don't forget that there is a competition to win a £200 event bundle. Just say something that you liked about today's podcast in the comments below for a chance to win. Don't forget also the Oku Bodrum competition, courtesy of Fish and Pips, that you can find across all of our platforms. Please subscribe if you don't already, and see you soon. Bye-bye.